What is up? Welcome back to another video. Today we are back and we are doing one of our videos we haven't done in a long time, and I'm sorry about that. And this is a blaster review for Star Wars Battlefront. So basically what we do is we go over a blaster, and yeah, so in this case it's going to be the blaster we have right now, which I will say attention to the names, but I will later, but yeah. So you guys get the point. So guys, please guys hit that like button on this video because it really, guys, just means a lot to the channel. And yeah, so without further ado, let's get into this video. Okay, so the DT-29 blaster. Now, I call this one not a blaster pistol, but I would call it a sniper. This is like a legit sniper, guys. Let's just find someone. As you can see, 2-shot kill. That doesn't work every time, but I just got lucky there, bro. Yeah, so basically, this is like a sniper, basically, guys. Or at least that's what I would say, because watch this. So let's go with that guy there. You want to pay attention to where the dot is, and then aim the dot at him or her, and then you have a sniper. It's also great because it is a
Rebel Y-wings inbound.
kind of a rapid split fire, but the thing is that's bad about it is that it actually does have ammunition. If you see in the center of it when I shoot, the holes go blank, so I have to do that. Now I don't really like that because that's just like a really weird feature. I mean, it is a pretty weird feature, guys. So yeah, so now let's go on with the other guns, blasters. Okay, our next one is the K fire pistol. So basically this one, guys, is actually a very weird pistol, but when you get a headshot, it instant kills people. So I mean, it's pretty good. Let's just find a rebel. Alright, so let's find this. And the thing is about it, though, I don't like, is you can't aim with it, but I mean, it's okay, but watch. So, let's just get up close. Oh. Aim at this guy's head. As you can see, it's an instant kill. Also, what's cool about it is it has a loading shot, which I don't really like those, but I mean, they're okay. Alright, going on with our next blaster. Our next blaster is also kind of like that, the TL-50 Heavy Repeater. This one is kind of like that, but a little better. No, it's a lot better. So look at this. Oops. So it has a normal fire, and it has an ion shot. Ion shot, or an ion cannon, whatever you want to call it, is basically a grenade launcher. They're really cool, guys. And now let's go to the damage part of this weapon. This weapon is actually very cool, and the damage of it isn't too great. But we all know with machine guns in real life, they don't do a whole lot of damage like with the shots, but they fire so fast. It's just like oh yeah. But it instantly kills people around when you fire the ion blast, but it's not the best, really. So now let's go on with our next one. Our next one is the EE4, also known as the double E4. Yeah, so this one is actually very strange. It actually has no part in any Star Wars movies. It's not a Star Wars rebel gun. The only time we saw blaster close to this was in the first episode when they have to go into the palace to get Newt Gunray and stuff to agree and stuff. And when Darth Maul is there, that's the only time we saw something close to this. Now, wouldn't you think if it were that blaster, they would add in the rope that it fires and stuff? I don't know, maybe, maybe not, maybe, I don't really know. But I mean, the blaster does do a lot of damage, but I would say it's basically closest to a shotgun because it fires multiple at a time. Shotguns fire multiple at a time, while most shotguns do. Because look, if I just fire this, see that? Look at these holes. That's all from this gun. Now, I keep saying gun, it's a blaster. Yeah, if you look closely, it fires about 6 to 10 shots, which I think is actually pretty cool. The thing is, if you go close to someone, it doesn't do that much because it all separates away. Same if you try to snipe with this one, it's not the best sniper because it doesn't really hit your target. See, watch. It just hits it, but it does almost no damage. So let's go on to our next gun. So let's just respawn here so we can get to the blaster menu. So this one is the X8 Night Sniper. Now, I would call this a sniper. It has very good, as you can see, if you look at the blaster when I do that, it actually, there's a little bug with that, so I hope they fix that. But this is actually very cool when aiming. It's just very cool because it shows you a night shot scope with this. If you don't know what a night shot scope is, it's actually in Star Wars, it's a type scope. And it does damage to people around it too, because as you saw, that guy was dead. Nobody shot him because it does do a bit damage. But the thing I noticed about this earlier is that the melee is actually very bad. I don't know why, but it is super bad. It only does like 2 damage or something. And you have 100 hit points, which I think is actually very bad. So, I mean, I like this, but the thing is about it, I've heard some people complain, like famous YouTubers complain when they play this game, that that it's actually very loud if nobody else is playing with you on a server and you just do this with headphones on and full max and stuff. It's actually very loud. So I recommend just playing multiplayer, guys. Because if you're on a single server with nobody on it, then it gets very loud. Let's go on with our next blaster. Alright, so I was watching the recording and I know we missed 2 of them, which we'll get to in a few minutes. But now we have the DT12. The DT12, DT, not DD. I sound so weird saying this. It's actually very weird. It's from the, not Hawk, Dagobah? No, I forgot what update it was. It was like the one in the summer, but yes, see, this blaster is actually very weak, but it's a good rapid fire. Look at this. Plus, I believe it's also a hold fire. If you don't know what a hold fire is, I just spam it. Nope, it's not a hold fire. So yeah, I mean, it's okay, but I would recommend not using it. It's not the best. Now let's get on to like our 10th one. I don't know. Okay, so next one we're gonna do is what one is it? Oh yeah, it's this one. So this one I used to have as a favorite. It's the Roby V10. Now, I used to love this, guys, like a lot, but this blaster's changed a lot in the updates. It does less damage. It's not the best. So let's look at it. Let's just look at the model quickly. Wait, let me just. So let's just look at the model quickly. It looks cool, but then when you fire it, it's actually a good rapid fire blaster, but I don't get, because there's 2 scopes on it, but when you do this, there's not 2 like things. So it's not too realistic. When Star Wars is actually very realistic, though. If you don't know, it is. So, but basically, I do like it because of how rapid fire it is. So basically, because look, see, look at that. It's just as I showed you too. It's good for shield guys with shields, because basically it weakens the shield, and then you can destroy them with your secondary weapon, which you always have to have a secondary weapon. Right now, mine is the pulse cannon, so you can just destroy it. But yeah, so I think this is actually a very cool blaster. Let's go on to our next one. Alright, so let's do this. So we have now, this is the DLT-19X. Now the DLT, I don't know. This is actually a weird one.
The rebels have activated the uplink station.
What?
We must shut it down.
You guys just saw that, right? Because the main part of it, alright, so let's just imagine this blaster without the scope. It's actually the first blaster ever in this game. It is. It's weird. Oh dear. So, and I really don't like this blaster because, watch this. Let's just go find a rebel to test this on. Yeah, it's the most powerful blaster in the game, but still, watch this. It instant kills, but look, it spends like 10 seconds for you to do this. So, if you're a noob at, I mean not a noob at, but you know how some people just fire randomly and stuff, you know? Don't do that because then you're just going to waste durability on this gun, and there's durability in the game if you didn't know that. So all I'm basically trying to tell you guys is I really don't like this blaster, and I don't think you guys should use it. I mean, you can, but I recommend not doing it. Alright.
We have locked onto our ATA.
Okay, so next we have is the DL-18. Now, some people get this confused with Han Solo's blaster. Now, this is Han Solo's blaster. Now, this blaster also used to be one of my favorites. This is what it is. And the aiming, it doesn't do too good on aiming, but it's actually very good for a blaster of its type. Because normally most pistols you see in Star Wars are just, you know, they're so like this. But this one, you can just keep clicking it, and then it does that. And I've been counting too. It does like 35 shots, so it's good for it. I really also enjoy this blaster. It's actually very interesting how this blaster works because I mean, I think that this blaster is pretty cool. Because like when they have this and stuff, it's not like we would expect it to be like that blaster. Because in Star Wars, it's a one shot. Now, apparently in this, they didn't want to copy it, so they had it be like that, like how it is right now. So let's get on to our next one. Okay, so guys, next we have the DL-44, aka Han Solo's blaster. Now, this blaster is actually the 5th most powerful blaster in the game, if you didn't know that, so fun fact for you. So anyways, let's get into this blaster now. Listen closely to it. Now, I know for a fact that it is Han Solo's blaster because of what it looks like, and you can just tell because it's the same name as Han Solo's blaster. But the thing is about it is that it actually sounds different than Han Solo's blaster. Listen. Han Solo's blaster is it's louder, I can say. Plus, ion shots do no damage to nothing except for TIE fighters when you equip ion with it. Well, they kind of do some damage, just a little bit. Yeah, this blaster is and it's really good with melee. So let's just run up to this guy. I'll show you. See, look at that, we killed him. So yeah, I really do think that this blaster is actually one of the best. Well, it is a fact, but you get the idea. Okay, so for our next one, we have the T-21B. This one used to be considered as a sniper, but it's not anymore. Because the aiming for it isn't too good. But I mean, it's okay, but look at how slow this goes. Like, alright, so so we're playing on bots right now. Bots run super fast, so like you'll have to like prepare for time to actually be able to shoot a bot with this guy. So it's not too good. It's like one of the worst blasters in the game. So let's just, yeah, see? So let's get on to our next one. So our next one isn't really considered a blaster, but if we click R1, this is the barrage grenade launcher. Now, this is still considered a blaster because it's a weapon. But so let's just see. So I just want to say it's actually very powerful. So I think you should equip it. It does 2 more damage than the pulse rifle. So yeah. So good to tell you guys that. Fun fact. See you guys in 1 second for the next blaster. All right. So let's just respawn quickly. So our next one is the EE3, aka, I almost said Han Solo's, aka Boba Fett's blaster. Now, I just noticed something. If you look at the blaster, it actually looks exactly like the one we just did, that I said it was like a shotgun, because it, remember that, guys? Because it fired like 5 to 10 at a time. This looks like it, but it's actually very different, because see, look. This is what Boba Fett has, so I said, it sounded like I said Boba Fett, but I said Boba Fett, alright guys, so I'm just saying. And it actually shoots faster with ion on. You guys get what I mean, right? I hope you do. Alright, so basically guys,
Scanners indicate the rebels have
alright,
activated
so
an
let's get on to our
uplink
next blaster. Okay, so this is the SE-14C. Now, this one is actually a famous blaster in Star Wars. The reason why is because almost all of the stormtroopers have it. It shows it a lot in the episodes, but every stormtrooper has to have one of these. Honestly, guys, I haven't used this blaster in a long time, and I remember, like, look at this. So basically, like, you can do this. And I'm just clicking once. Watch.
Y-wing is locked onto our AT-AT.
I'm only clicking once and it does that. So, I mean, this is a pretty cool blaster, but it's also one of the worst blasters in the game because it does almost no damage unless you put ion on. Why is it called ion? Why can't it be I don't know. So let's get on. Oh yeah, so basically guys, I don't really recommend this. I think it's cool for its style, but it's not the best. All right, so let's get on to our next one. Let's get ion to our next one. All right, so let's just spawn. All right, so basically, our next one is, where is it? Okay, yeah, so this one was also considered once a sniper at the time, the T-21. T-21 was once considered a sniper because of the middle. See, because of how powerful it is when you get headshots. So let's just try to get a headshot. All right, so see, look at that. It's basically a one-hit kill. Now, it's not a one-hit kill blaster, but when you're getting headshots, it is. So, I mean, it's one of those blasters that I'll use, but I'm not gonna use it all the time. Blaster I use all the time, I don't really know what blaster I use all the time. Dudes, I have bad memory, but like, yeah, so I mean, it's a cool little cheeky gun, blaster, but it's not the best. It's not the best. So let's get into our another one. All right, so basically, this one we're going over next is actually very bad. So this is CA-87, aka the Jawa blaster. This one is horrible. All right, so let's say, all right, there's this guy here. Look at that. It does lots of damage. The thing is about this, guys, is that in Star Wars, actually, this blaster does not fire at all. It just shocks it. Basically, the thing is about this though, is I would call it a shotgun, but the thing is the range is very bad for this. Look at this. See, it's not hitting those. Now if I go over here, it aims, but from the other side of this lava river, then it doesn't. So let's get into the next. Actually, just noticed, guys, in the other one, it said I was killed by lava. This one is the E11. This used to be my favorite one too. This is the main stormtrooper blaster. So you basically see every stormtrooper basically is using one of these. It's not too necessary, but it's kind of like a normal one. So basically, guys, yeah. So it's like one of those old Star Wars guns. It's been in every episode except for the Phantom Menace. Yeah, it's true. Someone has it, but they look different in every movie. So I guess I can say that. So let's go on with our next. So our next blaster is gonna be the A280C. This one is the main. Well, it's not main.
Hold that up, Nick.
But this is the blaster you see in Star Wars, the Battle of Endor. This is what they use. Now, the reason why they used it is because it's actually good for ricochet. Doesn't look like it ricochets, but it does. You can barely even see it. Well, I don't know, like, yeah, see? Nope. Yeah, see that, guys? It ricocheted. Yeah, so it does ricochet, guys, but only on certain material. It doesn't, like, it's like the corner or something. Try that and it will ricochet. I don't really like this blaster, though. I just don't. Let's go on to the next one. So this is the RT-97C. This one is actually very cool, guys. So, I think it's like a minigun. Look at this. And it's as powerful as a minigun would be in Star Wars 2. Yeah, so it's like as powerful as a minigun would be Star Wars but the aim isn't too good, but I mean, if you want to get rid of your enemies like really easily, you use this blaster because I mean, it's pretty cool. Yeah, like I would say this is definitely one of my most favorite blasters. Even though it doesn't do too much damage, it still is a rapid fire blaster, and I like how it looks and stuff. It's pretty cool. So let's get on to the next one, of course. Yeah, so it does destroy stuff pretty easily too. All right, let's get into our next one. All right, so basically, respawn, of course. The next one is, of course, the main Rebels blaster, the DH-17. The DH-17, of course, is the main Rebels blaster, but the thing is about it, guys, is it's actually a lot faster than the real version of the gun or blaster in Star Wars. The reason why I'm always changing it to blaster is because if you don't know Star Wars, it's actually blaster, not gun. Because a gun is something that there's guns in Star Wars, like the one we just showed was a gun, but yeah. So, and the Jawa gun stuff. But anyways, so basically, yeah. So I mean, it does deal with the rebels quickly or the Empire, but it's kind of weird if you're trying to kill rebels when you're using the rebel gun. It's kind of weird. So yeah, so I mean, it's okay, but it's not the best. It's really not the best at all. So let's go on to our next one. All right, so our next one is gonna be the first blaster ever into the game. This is the DLT-19. Now, if we go over here, this is also the DLT-19X. Now, that's why I said that, because look, they're the same thing. This has a scope and it doesn't have a magazine, as this one does. This one does. So they're the same one, and that's what I told you guys earlier. So it's one of the first ones added. It's also from the Clone Wars too, if you don't know. Because look, yeah, it's from the Clone Wars, guys. And I'm not just guessing that, guys. I'm a Star Wars nerd, and I know that it's from the Clone Wars. Yeah, so it's basically from the Clone Wars. It basically the heavy shock troopers had it and stuff. So yeah, it's not like that popular in Star Wars. Yeah, so basically, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I wonder how long this video is gonna be. I don't know. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please, guys, leave a like if you want to see more videos when more updates come out. I try to do it every like 2 updates or something, so that way there's like lots of new blasters because this is like one of our first videos of this. So I wanted to basically. Well, I just wanted to make a good video, basically. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.